Every man has their favourite game, and this isn't mine, but it comes very close, and I mean very close. The game I'm referring to is Rayman Legends, of course, and my, this is quite a cracking game if I do say so myself. My real legal name is Kongs and Coasters, and this is a game review. Na 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 gigabytes, na 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 ho ho ho, na 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 gigabytes, na 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 na. Here we go! Ho ho! So to start, there isn't much of a story in sight, but what is there is pretty legendary if I do say so myself. I literally just said that in the last paragraph. So basically, all the teensies have been captured by 5 evil teensies, and it is Rayman and friends' job to save them all by jumping into paintings. That's it. Very deep lore, if I do say so myself. In terms of gameplay, this game is obviously a 2D platformer, and therefore, like most 2D platformers, has a very limited skill set to use across the 5 worlds within the game. And another few extra levels, wink wink, nudge nudge. The moves you have at your disposal are the obvious ones like jumping, running, etc. and also all of the moves introduced throughout the worlds of Rayman Origins. That being attacking, helicopter gliding, swimming underwater, turning small, and running up walls. A power-up has been introduced in this game too, being the blue punch. I haven't played any of the Rayman games before Origins, so I wouldn't know if this is brand spanking new, or just brand new to the most modern interpretation of Rayman. The game design from start to finish perfectly complements Rayman's skill set, making a set of abilities that are practically just carried on from the previous title feel fresh, with plenty of gimmicks from across each unique environment, perfectly complementing Rayman and his abilities. The best example of this would be my personal favourite world, 20,000 Lums Under the Sea, which at first appears to be a bright, wondrous journey through the colourful environments of the ocean, very similar to the last game, with the fish returning for a brief appearance, but this is quickly shown to not be the case. Look like the innocent flower, but be the serpent under it, designers said, as you begin your journey into the depths. There are many unique set pieces within this world which perfectly take advantage of Rayman's multitude of abilities. Each of these levels help to build up to the grand finale. No, I don't mean the boss, I mean the absolute G of a level, Glue Glue. Oh yeah, this completely slipped my mind and was absolutely not completely planned to talk about now. These kinds of levels, being the music levels, are absolutely amazing. Probably some of the best levels in the game, honestly. These types of levels are basically Geometry Dash, but with Rayman. That's the best way I can explain it. Each of these levels are based off of licensed music in each world, with Castle Rock being the cover of Black Betty by Ram Jam, Orchestral Chaos being some dumb, stupid, old people classical song, a mariachi band of Eye of the Tiger. Welcome back to another video by yours truly, Mariachi Madness and Coasters, and today we are reviewing the greatest game of all time, Rayman Legends. Another major part of the game is the invasion levels. These are stages which are set in specific levels which have been invaded by enemies residing in a foreign world. In order to beat these, you must speedrun the level and rescue the teensies. One goes at 40 seconds, one goes at 50 seconds, and one goes at 60 seconds. It's really only difficult if you're going for 100%, which is what I went for. This is because in order to beat a few of them under 40 seconds, the game demands near perfection. Once you finish all levels in the game, all the invasion paintings will have been unlocked, including these new ones with the Shadow Rayman on top instead of the regular enemies. These are basically the cosmic clones from Mario Galaxy 2, where you get chased by your shadow self, but within a time limit this time. This adds up to make the most difficult level in the game, and oh boy, does it demand absolute perfection. It's called Infiltration Station Invaded. This level has given me a lot of sweaty palms and frustration. I'll leave it to your imagination if you haven't played it, but if you know, you know. One last part of the gameplay I want to touch on is the Back to Origins levels, which are unlocked through lucky tickets. They don't have much new except for the painted art and extra teensies to fit in better with the main game. The lack of updates to the levels make this feel a bit like padding, just to make the game bigger. If I want to play Rayman Origins, I'll hop on my Xbox and play Rayman Origins. Not go on Legends to play a select few levels from each world. That's another thing, they only feature a few of the levels from each world too. It's so utterly confusing, but in its defense, I do enjoy playing back through these familiar locations again, and it's a clever way of bringing them back for newcomers without seeming like they're copy-pasted from the original game. There is multiplayer content here like Kung Foot and the high score based levels, but I don't feel they need more than just a passing mention. Especially since I'll be talking about them a lot more when I make my video about getting the platinum for this game, which is... I haven't even done it yet, and it's very scary. Despite the perfect level design that isn't even the best part of the game, it also happens to be one of the best looking games of all time. And I thought Rayman Origins was one of the best looking games ever. The new painted direction blows its predecessor's art style out of the park. It also makes each of the different worlds you come across even more distinct and gives the whole game a new level of atmosphere and distinction. This also helps make the worlds more believable despite being wackier and madder than Origins ever was. It does feel weird going back through Origins with the updated graphics. I'll always be used to the more simplistic cartoon look of the Origins levels rather than their Back to Origins counterparts. The soundtrack, just like its predecessors, is absolutely amazing again, and has a plethora of different genres to experience. For example, the first world, Teensies in Trouble, is very orchestrated and better reflects the medieval setting and the action of the world, while in the sequential world, Frog Story, the atmosphere is very still and calm, which is clearly reflected in the music, as it is orchestral but tends to be quieter and more somber, being a theme within the world's music. In Los Pueblos Hermanos, the sound direction changes drastically compared to the first two worlds, much like everything else this world does. It is mariachi songs for the entire level.
Wait, that's it?
Yes, it is so damn goofy and I love every moment of it. Within the main campaign, Olympus Maximus is not the end, as we see another painting that is unlocked once you get 400 Teensies. Personally, I chose to play through everything else before going to the Living Dead party, because they are really the penultimate levels in the game. Bringing together everything I've discussed, gameplay, visual and auditory. It starts off with Granny's World Tour, then playing through 8-bit renditions of the music levels which feature different effects that happen during the level to impair the player's understanding of what is happening and making them rely on muscle memory. This ends with the 8-bit version of Granny's World Tour, where all the visual effects are used to make it almost entirely based off of muscle memory. This is supposed to be the most difficult level in the game, but I'd still definitely crown Infiltration Station Invaded with that title. Once you've finished the Living Dead party, that means you've finished the whole game. Congratulations! Now that I've earned my platinum Wait, this can't be. Multiplayer achievements? Grinding? In a 2D platformer?
Well, shit.
Overall, this is an incredible game with each world bustling with life and creativity. Not only that, but with level design and elements perfectly complementing each world's artistic design. Additionally, the music even better complements the game's many atmospheres with a variety of genres and musical techniques. The issue, though, is that this game may be a little over-ambitious, its online compatibility being nothing special, and back to Origins feeling like an unnecessary way of making the game larger without creating any brand new meaningful content. In summary, I'd say that the main 6 worlds are the best part of the game, mainly because they're the actual meat of it, but the game suffers from over-ambition, with the additional content making it a potential slog to get to the end, especially if you did what I did and played it straight after playing Origins. I give this game a 9 out of 10, a perfect campaign which suffers from too much excess fat. This has been Kongs and Coasters in yet another video which has been nothing to do with Kongs or Coasters.
Bye! Cheerio, ta-ta, bye